In the year 1834, a group of American pioneers accompanied by 3 Delaware Indians were on a hunt across the east of the Grande River, in the country lying between the Arkansas and Cimarron. They were about 150 miles from camp and traveling on a beautiful May morning across the open plain between the streams, when about 5 miles of them descried a large band of Indians, mounted and galloping towards them. As they were in the Comanche country, they knew what to expect if they allowed themselves to be taken as prisoners. They gave but a moment to the observation of their foes, but that one moment revealed a spirited scene. Fully 200 Comanches, their warriors in front, large and well-formed men, mounted on fleet and powerful horses, armed with spears and battle axes, racing like the wind over the prairie, their feather headdresses bending to the breeze that swept past them in the race with double force, all distinctly seen in the clear air of the prairie, and given the beholder a thrill of fear mingled with admiration. The first moment given to the spectacle, the second one was employed to devise some means of escape. To run was useless. The swift Comanche steeds would soon overtake them, and then their horrible doom was fixed. No cover was at hand, neither thicket nor ravine, as in the mountains there might have been. The pioneers exchanged 2 or 3 sentences. One of them said at last that the mule should be killed. In this plight, a dead mule was far more useful than one alive. To the ground sprang every man, and placing their mules 7 in number in a ring, they in an instant cut their throats with their hunting knives, and held on to the bridles until each animal fell dead in its appointed place. Then hastily scooping up what earth they could with knives, they made themselves a fort, a hole to stand in for each man, and a dead mule for a breastwork. In less than half an hour, the Comanches charged on them, the medicine men in advance shouting, gesticulating, and making a desperate clatter with a rattle which he carried and shook violently. The yelling, the whooping, the rattling and the force of the charge were appalling, but the little garrison in the mule fort did not waver. The Comanche horses did. They could not be made to charge upon the bloody carcasses of the mules, nor near enough for their riders to throw a spear into the fort. This was what the trappers had relied upon. They were cool and determined, while terribly excited and wrought up by their situation. It was agreed that no more than 3 should fire at a time, the other 3 reserving their fire, while the empty guns could be reloaded. They were to pick their men and kill 1 at every shot. They acted up to their regulations. At the charge, the Comanche horses recoiled and could not be urged upon the fort of slaughtered mules. The 3 whites fired first, and the medicine man and 2 other Comanches fell. When a medicine man is killed, the others retire to hold a council and appoint another, for without their medicine, they could not expect success in battle. This was time gained. The warriors retired, while their women came up and carried off the dead. After devoting a little time to bewailing the departed, another chief was appointed as the leader, and another furious charge was made with the same results as before. 3 more warriors bit the dust, while the spears of their brethren, attached to long hair robes by which they could be withdrawn, fell short of reaching the men in the fort. Again and again the Comanches made a fruitless charge, losing as often as they repeated. 3 warriors, either dead or wounded. 3 times that day, the head chief or medicine man was killed, and when that happened, the heroes in the fort got a little time to breathe, while the warriors held a council. The woman took care of the wounded and slain. As the women approached the fort to carry off the fallen warriors, they mocked and reviled the little band of trappers, calling them women for fighting in a fort, and resorting to the usual Indian ridicule and gasconade. Occasionally, a warrior raced at full speed past the fort apparently to take observations. Thus, the battle continued through the entire day. It was terrible work for the trappers. The burning sun of the plains shone on them, scorching them to faintness. Their faces were begrimed with powder and dust, their throats parched, and tongues swollen with thirst, and their whole frames aching from their cramped positions, as well as the excitement and fatigue of the battle. But they dared not relax their vigilance for a moment. They were fighting for their lives, and they meant to win. At length the sun set on the bloody and wearisome day. 42 Comanches were killed, and several more wounded, for the charge charge had been repeated 15 or 20 times. The Indians drew off at nightfall to mourn over their dead and hold a council. Probably they had lost faith in their medicines or believed that the trappers possessed one far greater than any of theirs. Under the friendly cover of the night, the 6 heroes who had fought successfully more than 100 Comanches took each his blanket and his gun, and bidding a brief salutation to the dead mules and beaver packs, set out to return to camp. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to click that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to be notified about our latest videos.